Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. What am I going to do today? What is our project today? Well, it consists of this piece of metal track and my drill, some screws, a drill bit, some caulking. Yeah, I'm gonna make my own trim piece. You see these little trim pieces? See, underneath the sink here, see that? That's a 2-inch clean out. So if the sink ever gets clogged up, all they do is take that screw out and they run their snake through there. They don't have to take the adjustable P-trap out and all that kind of stuff and go through the 1.5-inch pipe. They go through the 2-inch pipe and then they can do that. That's kind of slick. Sometimes plumbers will do that, but if you notice, I mean, this is a condo that's, I don't know, 16 years old. Well, that's the back side of the cabinet, or the face side, and see that gap there that goes all the way into the wall. And I want to cover that up. I don't want little mice to come through here. I don't want bugs or termites or I don't know, any kind of things that get inside here to go into the wall, or anything in the wall that gets into the plumbing, around the plumbing, and inside the house. Because from there, the plumbing goes down underneath the floor, and there's a crawl space underneath this floor. So the plate, the wall plate, the floor plate for the wall that goes down where the plumbing is, if they've got a big old hole like that, guess what? They might have a hole that goes down through the floor or something. Who knows? But in any case, I want to clean that up. And see, I could use a trim cap like this. See? This one's just plastic, chrome plated, and you could bend it apart. You know, in case that was there was a pipe connected to it like that. If you wanted to put it around that, you'd have to cut this in half, and this one can be cut in half, or they have a split ring, see, like that, and then it swivels, and then you can put it on and then screw it on. They got something like that. Here's another type of cap. Okay, before you put any pipes together, any fittings together, if you just have the pipe coming out, you can slip that on there. They could have done something like that. Well, this is for 1.5 inch, and that's not going to work. That's a 2 3/4 inch hole. I got some stuff to take back to the store, so there you go. 2 3/4 I measured around that, but then that big old hole there. So I would have to get probably a 3-inch and fit it over there, hoping that the outside trim will cover that edge, which it probably would. And then I'd have to caulk around the whole thing, outside and the outside edge and the inside around that pipe. Well, these pieces there that I just showed you, they're about $5 each. So one that's twice as big as that, it's probably going to be $7, $8, maybe $9 for a piece of trim. Then I have, and that's even if they have it at the store. And if they don't, then it's like, oh, what are you going to do? What else can you do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And that has to do with this piece of flashing. Here, I'm going to make my own out of this. Okay? That's what this video is about. And then I've got some caulking here and everything. And it'll look good when I get done. Trust me. Have I ever made one of these caps before? This trim? No. But I started thinking about it and I thought, I'm not going to spend $9 or $10, go back to the store and everything when I've got my parts right here. I'm just going to Joe Guyver it. And sometimes you got to do stuff like that. If you want to watch that, that's what this video is about. Stick around. So I'm just doing this on the fly. That hole is 2 3/4, and then I've got that 3/4 inch gap on the side and stuff, and then I have to have something beyond that. So I'm going to use this. This is metal track, and I use this for flashing quite often, but this is a piece of track, I call it, and that's for a metal stud wall. I used to build tenant improvements, construction, commercial buildings. That's how they build their interior walls with this. This is a bottom track, and then they put a top track, attach it to the T-bar grid, and then metal studs in between. This is 25 gauge. You can get it in different gauges, but this is just standard. And I use this for all kinds of flashing and stuff. I always have a piece of this stuff laying around. Okay, so first off, I think I'm gonna make this a little bit straighter at the end. Well, no, I don't have to do that. So I'm gonna fold the flaps out, so 3 5/8. So if I got an 1.25 inch on the sides, 3 1/2, 4 1/2, 5 1/2, about 6 inches all the way. And I got 2 3/4 hole plus 3/4 on the side. Remember where there's nothing, and so if I make it 2 3/4 plus 1.5 inches is 3 4 1/4 or something like that. In either case, I'm going to cut this, make it just a big square out of it first. Okay, 3 1/2, 4 1/2, 5 1/2, 6. I'm just going to cut it 6 inches long for now. Okay. And I would do the same thing if I wasn't making a video. Okay, just flip that up, eyeball straight down, cut that, flip this around, fold this up like that, cut that. There's my piece. I've got all that flashing material for another time. I can cut this off. I didn't have to really do that, but I usually do. And then I'm going to fold these sides out. And I probably should do this out in the garage. Let's go out in the garage because I'm going to ultimately cut a hole out in the middle of this. Okay, using my tin snips and no drill bit, no tricks, crummy screwdriver, and maybe a crummy putty knife. We'll see. Okay, stick around. Let's see if I can do this and make it look halfway decent. Hey, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And this is gonna work, trust me. It'll work, it'll look fine, it's underneath the sink, and it's gonna serve its purpose. Now, you know what? I don't have to do too much out in the garage. I wanna cut the hole out here in the garage. Okay. Start banging on the floor and all that. Okay, I just needed to come out here to start a hole, and I was thinking about this last night, thinking, how am I going to make that hole? I got a crummy putty knife here in the middle. Okay. I can do that one more time here. This is a nice stiff putty knife. And see, I've already got my hole. Look at that. Had I not done that, I could have used my crummy screwdriver. I just beat a little bit of a line, take this, and just fold it out like that, okay? That's it. That's all I needed to do out here in the garage. We'll go back inside. I can do the rest inside. I hope you're spending the time to watch this, and I hope you're getting some good information out of my videos. First, want to get about the center. I'm using a felt tip pen. See, I can just say it's about 6 by 6. I'm going to hold that over, and that's about the center of this whole flashing. Okay, and the center of that is about there. Okay, there's the center of my hole, right? And I have 2 3/4 inches for my hole. I got to make a round circle. I could, if I had something round that was exactly 2 3/4, I could just hold that there and zip it around, couldn't I? And if I looked at enough things, I could probably find something fairly close. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something different. Okay? And I can just hold my tape at 6 inches here into the center, let's say, okay? Now, 2 3/4. So I want half of 2 3/4. Half of 2 is 1, half of 3/4 is 3/8. So I'm gonna go 1 3/8 this way, and 1 3/8 that way, okay? You with me so far? You can double check that, and that's 2 3/4. Okay, now I'm gonna go around this way. I'm just doing it at 6, just because I can hold it at 5, 7, whatever. 1 3/8 this way, an 1 3/8 that way. Okay. Now I go straight across, straight across. Now I can go at an angle, right? Instead of going straight across, I'm going to go at a 45 degree, right? Like that. I know that's pretty close to 45. 1 3/8 dot, 1 3/8 dot. Now I can go the other way, 45, right? Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly. I'm making my circle right now. 1 3/8, 1 3/8, and now I can go in between there. 1 3/8, 1 3/8, and I can just keep going around, right? In between those marks. Okay, where are we? Here we go. Right about there. 1 3/8, 1 3/8, and I can keep doing that. Okay, I can do that more, or I can kind of eyeball in between these dots, right? Make my own dots now. Connect up my dots. There. Look at that. There's my circle. Okay. I don't need my felt tip marker anymore just right now. See, I've already got my starter hole for my 10 snips. And this is the hole that I'm going to cut out in the middle. And I don't have to be perfect at first. I'm just cutting myself a hole here. Okay? I'm going to have to hold my foot down on here so that I can get this up and such. I'm not going to make it exact just yet. Okay, but I can make a rough one, right? Can I? I can. That way it's getting most of this metal out of my way. And it's not going to be exactly perfect, but it's going to be close enough, don't you think? Okay, there's the start of my hole. Now I can get it, and I've got to keep just the tip, just using the tip of my 10 snips as I go. I can't cut too much because I'm cutting a circle. Okay, this is 22 gauge flashing. Look at that. And of course, once I get the hole, I'm going to have to check it and maybe trim it a little to make sure I fit it on there. I can fit it on, and I'm going to trim it. I'm going to actually trim it just a hair further. Okay, because that's probably not going to fit just yet. I know I got to take the black marks off, right? So I'm going to go around it again. I could have taken that into consideration when I first did it, but it's okay. It's okay. Ooh. Yeah, I should have, huh? Because it's hard to just trim off just a little. Now, at this point, dabbity nabbit. Maybe I did that for your benefit. Could have. There we go. Okay. And I'll take off a little more. Cause see, when I get this around there, it doesn't, it can be just a hair big, and then I can caulk it, right? I can caulk it after that. I'm gonna end up caulking it anyways. And it's got some burrs on it around the blank, or that pipe inside the wall. Okay. And so if I have it just a hair big, that's okay. Gets to your wrist. Okay. 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 Let's try that. I'm going to try that and see if that fits, and if it doesn't, I can adjust until I get it just right. Okay? So far, so good. Now I'm going to check it, trim it as needed. Stick with me.